Luka Magnotta, a name synonymous with evil. His crimes shocked the world, leaving an indelible mark on our collective psyche. Born Erik Clinton Kirk Neumann, his early life was marred by instability and neglect. Raised in a chaotic household in Scarborough, Ontario, Magnotta's childhood was far from idyllic. Abandoned by his father and raised by a domineering mother, he retreated into a world of fantasy and delusion. Early signs of trouble emerged. Magnotta exhibited disturbing behavior, torturing animals and displaying a blatant disregard for rules and social norms. School became a breeding ground for his insecurities, where he was bullied relentlessly for his effeminate mannerisms. This fueled his desire for attention, albeit negative, setting the stage for a life lived in the shadows, craving the spotlight. His troubled upbringing, coupled with a lack of empathy and a distorted sense of reality, created a dangerous cocktail. It was as if a storm was brewing within him, a storm that would eventually erupt in a horrific display of violence. His yearning for attention, coupled with his growing detachment from reality, would ultimately lead him down a dark and twisted path. As Magnotta matured, his fantasies intensified, morphing into delusions of grandeur. He yearned for fame and recognition, desperately seeking an escape from his bleak reality. The internet became his haven, a virtual playground where he could craft a new persona, shedding the skin of Erik Neumann and assuming the mantle of Luka Magnotta, a name that would soon be etched in infamy. Obsessed with his appearance, Magnotta underwent numerous cosmetic procedures, attempting to sculpt himself into an image of perceived perfection. He craved the adoration of others, seeking validation through online profiles and fabricated stories of wealth and success. Each like, comment, and share fueled his narcissistic desires, pushing him further down the rabbit hole of self-obsession and delusion. His online presence became a web of lies, a carefully curated facade masking a deeply disturbed individual. He boasted of connections to celebrities and fabricated tales of international intrigue. Reality blurred as he sank deeper into his fabricated world, his grip on sanity slipping with every carefully staged photograph and fabricated story. The lines between fantasy and reality became increasingly blurred, setting the stage for a descent into utter depravity. The internet, once a refuge, morphed into a stage for Magnotta's perverse desires. He recognized the power of shock value, understanding that the more outrageous and disturbing his actions, the more attention he would garner. He began posting videos of himself torturing and killing animals, reveling in the notoriety and infamy it brought him. These gruesome acts, far from deterring him, fueled his desire for recognition. The anonymity of the internet emboldened him, allowing him to act without fear of immediate consequence. His online persona became a grotesque caricature of a human being, a twisted reflection of his own internal turmoil and desperation for fame. The virtual world became his echo chamber, a space where his warped sense of reality was validated by a chorus of anonymous voices. Each click, each view, each comment fed his insatiable need for attention, pushing him further down the path of no return. He was no longer content with simply existing in the shadows. He craved the spotlight, even if it meant bathing in the blood of innocence. Section 4. Cruelty Unveiled, the cat-killing videos. The cat-killing videos surfaced online, sending shockwaves through the internet and beyond. These videos were not just disturbing, they were a stark reminder of the dark side of human nature, a side that many prefer to ignore or believe doesn't exist. Magnotta's cruelty knew no bounds. His actions were not random acts of violence, but meticulously planned and executed with a chilling precision that left viewers horrified and bewildered. He filmed himself suffocating, drowning, and dismembering kittens, his actions a chilling prelude to the horrors to come. Each video was a grotesque display of his sadistic tendencies, a window into a mind that found pleasure in the suffering of the innocent. Animal rights activists were the first to raise the alarm, desperately trying to identify the perpetrator of these heinous acts. They scoured the internet, analyzing every frame of the videos, looking for clues that could lead them to the person responsible. Despite their efforts, Magnotta remained elusive, his true identity shrouded by the anonymity of the internet. He was a ghost in the digital world, leaving behind only traces of his existence that were frustratingly difficult to piece together. He taunted authorities, leaving a trail of digital breadcrumbs, reveling in the fear and disgust he elicited. Each video was a challenge, a dare for someone to catch him, to stop him before he could strike again. His actions were not merely about inflicting pain. They were calculated displays of power, a means of asserting control and dominance over the vulnerable. He wanted to show the world that he was untouchable, that he could do as he pleased without consequence. The videos, widely circulated and viewed by millions, sparked outrage and disgust. People from all walks of life were united in their condemnation of the acts, their collective horror a testament to the universal abhorrence of such cruelty. The sheer brutality displayed was deeply unsettling, forcing the world to confront the dark underbelly of the internet and the depths of human depravity that lurked within its depths. It was a wake-up call, a stark reminder that the digital age had its own unique set of dangers. Magnotta, however, remained undeterred, his thirst for infamy far from satiated. He thrived on the attention, the notoriety, the infamy that his actions brought him. Each new video was a step further into the abyss, a deeper descent into madness. He was a predator who had tasted blood, and his appetite for notoriety was only growing stronger. The more he was hunted, the more he relished the chase, the thrill of being pursued by those who sought to bring him to justice. His actions were a twisted game, a perverse form of entertainment that he orchestrated with a macabre sense of delight. Online communities began to rally, digital sleuths banding together to track down the elusive Magnotta. They analyzed every detail, every pixel of the videos, hoping to find the one clue that would lead them to his doorstep. It was a race against time, a desperate attempt to stop him before he could escalate his violence even further. The emotional toll on viewers was immense. Many were left traumatized by the sheer brutality of the acts, the psychological impact of witnessing such cruelty leaving deep scars. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of innocence and the ease with which it could be shattered. Authorities intensified their search, launching a global manhunt to bring Magnotta to justice. They collaborated with international agencies, pooling resources and information in a bid to track down the man who had become one of the most wanted criminals in the world. Magnotta's final taunt came in the form of his last video, a chilling testament to his complete disregard for life. It was a final act of defiance, a message to the world that he would not be easily caught, that he would continue to elude capture until the very end. The legacy of the cat-killing videos continues to haunt the internet, a grim reminder of the depths of human cruelty. The impact of Magnotta's actions is still felt today, a dark chapter in the history of online crime that serves as a cautionary tale for the digital age. It underscores the need for vigilance in the digital age, the importance of protecting the vulnerable from those who seek to exploit and harm them. It is a call to action, a reminder that we must remain ever watchful, ever ready to stand against the darkness that lurks in the shadows of the internet. But it also highlights the resilience of the community, the power of collective action in the face of evil. It shows that even in the darkest of times, there is hope, there is strength, and there is a determination to fight back against those who seek to spread fear and suffering. The lessons learned from the cat-killing videos are many, and as we move forward, we must carry them with us. We must remember the importance of empathy, of compassion, and of standing up for what is right, even when it is difficult, even when it seems impossible. Together, we can create a safer digital world, one where the vulnerable are protected and the perpetrators of such heinous acts are brought to justice. It is a future worth striving for, a future where the darkness is kept at bay by the light of our collective humanity. Section 5. Murder of Jun Lin. A Gruesome Climax, May 24, 2012. This date would forever be etched in the annals of true crime. Luka Magnotta committed an act so horrific, so depraved that it sent shockwaves across the globe. Jun Lin, a 33-year-old Chinese international student, became the victim of Magnotta's twisted desires. Lured to Magnotta's Montreal apartment, Lin was drugged, stabbed to death, and dismembered. The details, too gruesome to recount in full, painted a chilling portrait of a psychopathic mind consumed by darkness. Magnotta filmed the entire ordeal, uploading the video to the internet with a chilling title, "One Lunatic, One Icepick." The video, a grotesque testament to Magnotta's descent into madness, depicted the dismemberment of Lin's body, acts of necrophilia, and cannibalism. He mailed Lin's hands and feet to political offices and schools across Canada, turning the entire country into a macabre crime scene. The world watched in horror as the details unfolded, struggling to comprehend the depths of Magnotta's depravity.